Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is by any means. We gotta talk, y'all. I told y'all I'm back. We cooking. Got a lot of things going on, man. And wanted to talk to y'all today. There go the Cash App for everybody who support the channel. I truly, truly appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you send $1, $2, $10, $50, $100. I truly, truly appreciate it. Victor Conte, snack program, boxing. Boxing is a sport I love because um, it's man on man. I come from a city where, actually two cities, Philly and Chester, where it's like, if you tough, people gonna find out. If you run your mouth, people gonna find out. You gotta stand on what you say. It's not no matter if you gonna fight where I'm from. It's going to happen. It's when and where. And I love boxing for its purity. I love boxing for the no excuse making in it. It's me and you. Ding ding, just us and the referee. I love the fact that it shows how mental the most physical thing you could possibly do is though. Like how everything is mental. If boxing is mental, that means everything is mental. And how just the way somebody thinks and what they have inside their chest, how that can separate them from the rest of the pack. And I really, really admire that in boxing. I admire that in fighting. It has got me through my life. Little fun fact about me, y'all. I don't have no. I do have a brother and a sister, but I don't know my brother and I got a older sister. But I didn't have no brothers or any of that to run to. So my mom, being a great fighter herself, she wasn't a female that pulled hair and did all that. She was a female that hold her own, knuckled up. I've actually seen my own mother in action, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But she taught me how to fight and how important that was because I didn't have brothers and things like that. And I just wound up being really good at it. I was trained, by some world class people. I won't say their name because then they get a little too personal into my personal life. But let's just say I know a thing or two. That's all. And the one thing I do know is people like Victor Conte. Not that he hasn't changed his life or any of that. It's the fact that no other sports profession would even let him near them. Y'all got to ask yourself this question: why is that? If you can't, if Victor Conte couldn't work with baseball players or basketball players, hockey players, football players, then why is he working with boxers? A sport that is actually more deadlier than all of those combined. You could probably add up all the deaths and on-field deaths of all of those other sports combined, and you wouldn't even get a 1 or 2% of things that have happened in combat sports, especially boxing. Because the fun fact for y'all, if y'all didn't know, more people die in boxing than they do in MMA. So people sit up there and talk about how MMA fighters do this, that, and third. Boxing is actually more dangerous than MMA. It actually is. That's not just me saying that. That's actual truth. Because a lot of times people die from the accumulation of punches. It's not just, oh, he hit him one time and then he fell out. It's not just that. It's from the accumulation of things that are going on that only really kind of takes place in a boxing ring. Anyway, just the simple fact that Victor Conte is allowed to even be around boxers is the problem that I have. Just the simple fact that we have accepted that I don't care if you changed your life. Good that you changed your life. Go do something else, but don't get a part. Don't become a part of the same thing that you have been known to cheat from. Do y'all understand? A bank would never ever hire a robber. The FBI maybe go do something else different with your life. Go work the complete opposite of what you've been doing. But a bank would never hire a robber. A retail store wouldn't hire a thief. You understand what I'm trying to get when I'm trying to when I'm trying to get y'all to understand. There are certain things that would not happen. That's why on job applications they ask you, "Are you a felon?" Because if you are, we don't want you working here. No matter how good of a person you may be, we don't even got time to figure that part out. I'm not saying Victor Conte ain't changed his life. I ain't saying that what he's doing over there is illegal. The part is I'm saying that he shouldn't even be a part of the conversation. Victor Conte should not even be a part of the conversation. And the fact that in boxing, we are okay, that there is a whole snack program going on, that he is being a part of the conversation, holding our sport up with the number one pound for pound fighter in the world and many others. But I'm just using Bud Crawford as an example. That is an issue with. I have an issue with that. The fact that Victor Conte knows so much about testing and he's already admitted that there are undetectable things. Well, where he says there's not undetectable, what they are is there's certain levels that the commissions allow you to have before they pop you dirty and let me get on these commissions. That's the problem right there. We all want to know what's the problem with the SNAP program and Victor Conte and these fighters being on drugs, blase, blase, blah. All great points. Shout out to everybody because that's actually great points. It is. But let's get to even a deeper root. The problem is the fact that they are allowing any of these drugs at all. The fact that if you have 2% of that in your body that doesn't pop you dirty is crazy. Unless they are natural hormones that you already have in your body, we understand that. But when it's stuff that your body doesn't produce naturally, that has spiked a little bit, the fact that you can use up to a certain amount of steroids and not pop dirty doesn't mean that you're not using steroids. It's no different than with probation officers and P-tests. Just because you became clean and you drank a lot of water and cranberry juice and you took certain pills and all that to get your piss clean enough, I might add, that it won't make you hot at the probation office doesn't mean that you wasn't smoking bud. And that's my problem. That in boxing should have the most stringent testing. It shouldn't be an option of if you're going to sign up for this testing or not. That shouldn't even be an option when people are in there fighting for their life. Something we do owe our citizens in America because we pay taxes. Y'all understand this word, taxes. And every fight that happens, shout out to managermarty because he taught me this. Every fight that happens, the arena has insurance on it. Everything in there has insurance on it. Do you understand? That means the fighters included. So that means that some way, somehow, that is coming through taxpayers' money. These guys are in there risking their life. We should probably take that more serious. I don't know how you feel, but I'm thinking that maybe a sport that people actually die in. Maybe, just maybe, y'all. I mean, stay with me. Just maybe we should probably be the strictest on that sport. Let me get into these promotional companies and everything else. You know why that doesn't happen? Because these promoters and certain people have certain people in their pocket that will allow certain people to fight. Connor Ben. No, okay. That would allow certain people to fight because the bags are coming and things like that. Money always have talked. But that's why the NBA and other platforms and the NFL refuse to not be under one ruling because we didn't want to have it. It's hard enough. People are still going to say you're cheating, even if we have the most stringent, the same rules for everybody, across the board, same cap room, the whole nine, everything fair across the board. People still will say we treat cheating. Boxing has none of that. And just the fact that Victor Conte is so knowledgeable, one, about making supplements, shout out to the snack program. Other is that he knows how much is a legal dose for the fighter is a problem for me. Why is that? Why do they know this information? The testing agencies, the goddamn commissions. Why do people like Victor Conte know this information? The fact that he knows the information, y'all should switch it up immediately. But you know why they won't? Because too much money is involved. I understand money is involved. I get it. Deem understands. I just want you to understand. That's why the sport we love is controlled by these promotional companies. Is why you don't see the best fighting the best. It's controlled by these commissions. That's why certain levels of, products you probably shouldn't be using are allowed. There's not enough oversight with all of this. And the funny thing is, this is a sport that people actually lose their life on. This is actually a one-on-one sport. It ain't no teammates in this. Because in at least in a team sport, you could say, well, one person don't make the team. I mean, regardless of what you say, we have seen teams not have none of these starters and beat a good team who had all these starters. I have seen this in the NBA. I have seen this in the NFL. Then they would have merit to say, we don't listen here. You can't just say it's because of Tom Brady that the Patriots won. Matt Castle went 11 and whatever without Tom Brady. They didn't make the playoffs that year, but anyway, they still should have. But that's another topic for another day. My point is the fact that any of these things are even allowed, period. The fact that Victor Conte is even allowed around boxing. The fact that Victor Conte knows the amount that is legal enough to use without you being pop dirty. The fact that no other sport would allow this man around them. The fact that we're even talking about this man on any type of level when it comes to a sport we love. The fact that we have not supported and protected the sport that we love dearly. And this is why the sport that we love, we can't get the fights that we want. Gervonta Davis, get that snack stuff out of there. We can't get the fights that we want because boxing is full of corruption and lies. Boxing is full of BS. Boxing is full of clicks. Boxing is full of people who do it for clicks. Boxing is full of people that just want the bag, as you should want the bag, but at least, damn, if you're going to get it, let it be fairly, because that's a thing we call integrity that a lot of people don't have. I get it. I understand it. The fact that Victor Conte is allowed around boxers at all shows the integrity in boxing. That's why I shout out to managermarty, because I know what he's trying to do. At least bring some integrity back to this. I ain't saying he cheating or he not cheating. I'm just saying that if somebody robbed my house, I don't know if they changed their life or not, but just know they wouldn't be allowed to stay the night under any circumstances. I don't want to find out. And we shouldn't be putting fighters in position to find out. Y'all know what this is, man. Hit that cash app. This is Deem by any means. And I holla at y'all.